sometimes I even amaze myself. Let's just say that I needed something got some items. I need to have some place to set them, and maybe build a little, what we might call a bookshelf, not necessarily to put books on, but just that type of thing. So I go out to the barn, and I keep little pieces of wood there in the corner. I just kind of collect that sort of thing, because I always figure that there'll come a time when I'll need it. And then sure enough, here just little ragtag pieces of board and maybe a piece of plywood that got set aside or whatever, and get my table saw out. And next thing I know, I start cutting stuff and making pieces, and then I start putting it all together. And then I look and say, "Oh, look what I got here! It's a nice little bookshelf." Now, I'm rough carpenter. I'm not one of those finish guys that I admire so much, you know. But the point is that I find that there are resources if you're willing to look for them. Now, some people would say that same piece of scrap lumber that I had laying over there is worth nothing more than just taking and put it in the burn pile. But to me, it has the potential to be able to be something that I would create and that I would use for the rest of my life. And I've had that situation many, many times in my life. There have been times when I needed to fix something and didn't really know how to go about fixing it, but yet look around the house and then so, well, here's something over here, maybe that'll work. And then you just kind of begin to fashion it together. Next thing you know, you got it working. Now, a lot of that just comes from my background. My daddy was the kind of guy, I mean, he was a farmer, and he also worked for the highway department, and he'd give me a piece of baling wire, and he could just about make anything work. And that's just a uniqueness of the background that I have. But what I'm saying is, there are resources if you want to believe. And when God sent out the disciples, and of course Jesus Christ, and building his ministry, he sent those disciples out, and he wanted to give them an opportunity to learn how to minister and to grow their faith and to be able to touch people. And he intentionally told them, he says, don't take a bunch of stuff with you. Don't take a script or an extra coat. Don't take any money with you. Just go and believe that God has what you need to be able to do what you need. Well, those are resources. But what is the greater resource is just the ability to believe God beyond what would seem to be natural in the natural world, because we become so limited in our ability to comprehend that God is far beyond any confounds of even nature. God is able to defy all of those things because he's God. And he has given to us the ability to trust him in faith, and that whatever the need is, that he'll supply it. But again, we have to be willing to get out of the natural constrictions that we put upon ourselves, and to believe that God is what you need him to be in your time of need. This is Pastor Jack King with the gospel on the radio broadcast.